Mhm. Can you see the screen?
It's perfect. Go on.
Okay. Well, my presentation is called Nest Architecture of Myrmecophilus stingless bees, Apidae meliponini, Trigona CFR chilipes, and Paratrigona sp from Peruvian Amazon. Stingless bees are the important pollinators of forests, and they are the most diverse group among corbiculate bees, with over 500 species living in tropical, subtropical regions of the world. In Peru, there is a wide diversity of stingless bees, about 170 species, but many aspects of its biology and ecology are unknown. Stingless bees establish perennial colonies in tree hollows, cracks in the rocks, underground cavities, human constructions, and some species live in association with other social insects. For example, in this photo, you can see the tube of entrance of a stingless bee colony in a termite nest. Myrmecophily is less common in stingless bees compared to Termitophily. Species of the genera Trigona, Paratrigona, Partamona nest in Acromyrmex, Atta, Azteca, Camponotus, Paraponera antils. More their association are reported in literature without descriptions of the internal architecture of the nest. So to give hints on the interaction among ants and stingless bees, we had two more records from Peruvian Amazon: Trigona CFR chilipes dolichoderus quadridenticulatus and Paratrigona sp camponotus sp. The nests were found in a secondary forest near the town of Tarapoto in the San Martin region in Peru. The first nest, Trigona CFR silipes dolichoderus quadridenticulatus, was kept from an apiary, whereas the second nest, Paratrigona sp camponotus sp, was found close to mandarin tree. This nest in this moment had been abandoned by ants. The two nests were dissected using a surgical scalpel. Measurements were taken with a ruler and a caliper. The weights were measured with a digital scale. Trigona, Confronta, chilipes, and Paratrigona sp were recognized based on morphological keys. Dolichoderus quadridenticulatus was identified by Dr. Cantonea del Department of Science of Roma-Tre University, and Camponotus sp was recognized only based on the characteristics of the nest. This is the nest of Dolichoderus quadridenticulatus. It had an oval shape and weight 1 kilo and 75 grams. It was covered with a paper-like envelope and with branches that supported the structure. Between the layers in the envelope, there were accumulation of sticky resin. This is the tube of entrance of Trigona CFR chilipes nest, that it was long 5-7 centimeters, and in the apical part of this tube there were rings with sticky resin grains. The red circle indicates the nest of Trigona CFR chilipes, and no broodends were found inside. There were two layers of bitumen that isolated the bee nest from ant nest, and between them were communication tunnels. Honeycombs occupied the entire cavity of ant nest, and the brood area was made up of 10 cells containing larval food. There were no queen cells, but the queen was observed in the nest. There is this is the second nest the Camponotus sp nest. It was a oval shape and weight 450 grams. It was made of silk, tree leaves, and thin branches. And this is the tube of entrance of Paratrigona sp, that it was long 5.7 centimeters. And in this tube, you can see the accumulation of sticky resin grains. The red circle indicates the horizontal combs of bees. The bee nest was isolated from the ant nest by a thin layers of sticky bitumen. And 4 queen cells have been counted, and the honey pods were located at the bottom of the nest cavity. Trigona chilipes is a stingless bee that generally nests in Asteca and Chromatogaster ant hills, also in wasp nests and termite nests. And but until now, no association with Dolichoderus quadridenticulatus had been described. Paratrigona also associates with Camponotus senex. And generally, nesting plasticity gives advantages to bees because the bees can live in association with different species of ants, allowing to colonize different environments. Myrmecophily in stingless bees is reported infrequently in literature. It's difficult to define the type of interaction between bees and ants. So describing nest architectures and building materials is usual approach to studying association because it provides hints for understanding this interaction. For example, the sticky resin on the tube of entrance of stingless bees colony prevents probably the entry of ants. The two nests described here suggest that probably there is no any exchange with the host. So this should be a form of parasitosis. That's all. Thanks for listening, and thanks to the organizers for inviting me.
Thank you very much for this talk. I discovered a new universe. We directly go on with the next talk, the last of this first part of the symposium. Michal Kochanowski will talk is an ant mound a fortress for some fungi, Mucoromycota, community of the Formica